Hey there, folks. How you doing? Welcome to The Spiritual Foundation on YouTube. I've already got a couple of videos up about stones and stuff, relaxing music. So this is the introduction though. Cheers, salud, compadre. A lot of you watching this now already know me, but other people coming in the future, plus a lot of people now don't know me. I'm not important, the channel is, but I just wanted to describe some of the stuff because I'm the one that created it. It belongs to DNA Ramirez Anaya. She's the owner. I bought this website a long time ago because I knew it was necessary to keep going and keep going. I was doing something else with someone else, but I used a different website for good reason. Anyway, the whole concept here is to help people wake up, to become themselves, to understand who they really are. There's a lot of people that get lost in the word psychic. There's no such thing as a psychic. No such thing. How do people do this? How do people do that? Everyone has metaphysical abilities. Excuse me. That's a fact. You use them every day. But it's understanding them and how to make them stronger. People talk about remote viewing. How does that happen? People talk about seeing multidimensionally. How does that happen? All that information's in book 3, but it's also in videos. At the Jay Essex channel on YouTube, Jay and Essex like England, ESSEX. I've got over 550 videos, what, 551 or something? Where I explain so much in great detail. That's there for one reason, to help you. I don't even allow advertising on it. I'll tell you about something that works, like Chowa tea is awesome for you. I talk about our products because they're incredible for you. That's why we made them. This is the older, an old box, but this is the Jara. That's, the Runes of Awakening. It's rune cards. There's the Elder Futhark, but then there's a whole lot more. There's a total of, 53 different individual meanings. There's a whole lot more than 23 different symbols. This one here is star. Ophelia. Anyway, then there's a book that I wrote. Deanna she's not just the owner and everything, but she's an architect, graphic designer. She's an artist. She's an accomplished artist. Now this book is one of the old books. Again, this border's gone on the new one, but this book here, Deanna made it. And see, I gave her the actual runes that I carved, and then she took it and then turned it into these different things, different symbols. And the meaning, the basic meaning of it's right there. And then here is, come on, where are you? There's a picture of Deanna right here. She's out right now. I figured I'd do this while she's gone, and that was Lola that she had with her for a while. But anyway, all the information that you're going to find on that channel, the books and everything, folks, that gives you information you've never had access to. Now these cards, the rune cards, there's actually different cards that talk about the different that are relative to the different energy centers in your body. I'm really sick. I just opened this bottle of Freak Show, so you can tell if you can see through it. There's Nothing there. 3-ounce glass. I'm not a big druggie or alcoholic or anything. But I am sick. I've got 4 terminal diseases, COPD and CLLI, chronic lower lung infections, the heart issue thing, and cirrhosis of the liver. I've also got other stuff too. There's no need to talk about. But anyway, it's time for me to go. There's Deanna's unicorn. It's pretty cool, huh? Unicorn energy is very real. Where did it come from? How did it start? All this stuff is in the books. But with these cards, you lay them down one at a time. And, if you want, you can ask a question. When's this, when is this going to happen? Or what's, what's going on with this or that? Folks, number one, don't ever ask when something's going to happen, because the future is always being changed by whoever's running it. And if you were that person, that being, do you know for sure you're not going to change your mind? So there's no way to tell. There's so many things about what's real that is so simple. The original first being, male and female, well, first it was the original first being, and it was lonely after a while. There was no one else there, and it split itself into 2 different parts, which is a soft form of torture for itself anyway, just doing that. And then it made itself 2 separate parts that are similar but different, so it wouldn't be talking to itself as a holographic self. So that was creation, male and female. I mean, it explains everything. Book 1, creation series, has 3 books. Book 1 is creation, it's the beginning and your origin. It's how everything started. Where did everything come from? Creation of the universe. Big Bang Theory? No, but close. Evolution, what's going on? We evolved from apes? No. No, we did not. Was there an Adam and Eve and we came from them? Yes and no. And evolution, changing and everything? Yes, we did. But not from apes. It's all explained. What came first, the chicken or the egg? It's so simple when you know this initial facts. Now, these books are available through the website. That's how most of them get sold. But some of them get sold on Amazon.com. We've, had hundreds, sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Just in, having signed them, having people buying them through the website. You just go to thespiritualfoundation.com. You click on it, and then boom, it goes there. Not as many people actually buy it from Amazon.com. Anyway, this information is nowhere. This body is Jay Essex. Legal name was John David Essex, or is, whatever. Me, I'm Ara. I'm the primary focal point of Ara, the initial Ara. And my better half is Lily, for a name to be spoken here on this planet. A lot of other ones, actually. So, I am literally your oldest brother. I've had 10.846 trillion plus lives. I was made to serve and protect, and that protection gig really stuck with me. When you protect something, if that's your format and you're good with it and you're strong enough, or whether or not you're strong enough, but if that's your format and you're good with it, the first thing you do is make everything equal. You have to protect everything equally, because everything has to be protected. And after you've done it long enough, you build up compassion, and you maintain that protection, which builds up honor. And you already have equality, because they're all equally important. That's why Archangel Michael and I are so close. The rest of them, they're all dead, gone. There's a huge war. But anyway, book 1 is about the beginning, how it all started. The very first being, how did it come together? Are there new first beings? Yes, 4. There was 5, but the next one to come out was destroyed. There's information about that, I believe, in either book 2 or book 3. But and book 2 is Creationist Journey Evolving into Paradise. And then book 3, I can't even remember the title. It's in the Creation series. It has to do about our ET friends here. It has to do about what's going to happen in the future here on the planet. It also has to do with what's going on in the future metaphysically. You're going to start having lives in bodies that are spirit bodies, like the Fae. They're not physical. And there'll be in other universes. There's 1,672, what is it? 1,672.3. Or the 0.3 is it's not finished. It's an energy field, and it's not an actual universe. I think it's 1,672 new universes. And then when you come out of your body and you relax a little bit, pretty soon people are going to start going into these other universes and having lives there in energy bodies. Well over 80% of the abuse in your life will be gone, 78, 80%. So, the original first being male and female, what people who were calling God, wanted praise because it was lonely. It was the first thing ever. First, it wanted just company, and then it they got a little praise, and then started demanding it, and it just went to hell and back. They were 27.5% lower frequencies, or negative, and they're dead now. They're gone. The angels, the original angels that everybody was praising so much, they were literally put on you to control you and make sure that you got beat up enough. And if it was not time for you to die, they would save your life. And then you would think, oh, beautiful angel saved me. They had to make sure you stayed in that body longer to get more abuse. The more abuse you get in a body, when you're in a body, the more that body is abused. When you have a life and when you come out, then from the hardship you've had, your energy comes out and goes poof, it grows. But when you really get beat up, when you come out, you go poof, you grow bigger. And the whole idea was December 21st, 2012, that everyone was going to, the largest spirit mates, soulmates, were going to be put into a universe, and they're going to release a third of their energy to smaller parts of themselves, so have more souls. So that's why they were beating everything up. Excuse me. If you had mild lives and you went in there, you might release 100 million souls. You get beat up real hard, you might release 100 billion souls. And all of them were to be praise machines, so there was more praise for them. It sounds simple. Why? Because it is. It is. Stone energy. 13 years ago, I couldn't feel stone energy unless someone threw a rock at me and it hit me. Then I'd feel the impact. And then one day, there was time. 2009, put my fingers on a stone that was literally put right on my driveway. Walk from the driveway into the house is very short. And I had a very tight grass lawn. There was no rock in it anywhere. I know. I'd rake it and everything else. But I went and touched it, and boom, it jerked. It was a piece of Essenite. Which a lot of people call it Azez to light. There's no Azez beings. That's all bunk. The stone has got Gaira in it, a being from a planetary essence. She had her own planet. She's considered the mother of planets, and that's what's in the star Essenite that we sell over there. I've had the 2012, late 2012, the Homeland Security, one agent from Homeland Security and one agent from the FBI knocked on my front door. And we talked for a little bit. They wanted to know, they've been reading my emails. They told me they were wanted to know what was going on, but they wouldn't ask many questions. They'd say, we when they're reading your emails, and then they both shut up. They don't want to offer any information, like to tell me what I thought. What they didn't want me to think that I knew. They didn't want to allow me in their own minds to know what they wanted to ask. They were waiting for me to just offer it, and it doesn't matter. I was in their heads anyway. I mean, but anyway, after they wanted some star essonite. This is a big piece. Okay, down here in Georgia, you can find star essonite in the ground. There's other places around the world where you can too. So anyway, also there's another stone that's star essonite but stronger. This is called dragon egg star essonite because it's got a coating that's almost like it's like a thick dragon. A lot of them, the big pieces I've gotten, the first pieces I got, it literally looked like an egg, and the energy in it is dragon, strong dragon energy. So I said, okay, we'll just call it that. Anyway, this star essonite, I've cranked it up, put my energy into them, into all of it. A lot of people don't think stones have energy, let alone the thought that someone could put their energy into something. If you're source spirit inside, you can. There's a lot of source in this planet, and then there's off this planet too that's in body. Now, as far as the ratio of most everything is soul, then there's a little bit of essence, and then there's like no source spirit. But there are many, 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 many trillions of souls. So there are, there's a lot more than a trillion essence beings, and source is, a lot less than that. So it's not even a quarter of that. Actually, I'd have to look and see. It's somewhere between a tenth and a quarter of that. It's a higher percentage now due to some other stuff that's happened, but as the original first being male and female were taken out, destroyed, deleted, which had to be done because they kept abusing everything, everything's changed. And it's about to change for everyone in a very nice way. So anyway, we also have our friends from other planets that are here. And I've shown you on videos who they are, what's going on, explain who's in there. I can see who's in there. I talk with them. They come in and out of the house. They come in and out of this house. Working on Deanna, they were working on me when they could. I had 2 real long whatchamacallits in me, implants. And then I had one in the heart. It was like it had a main sensor, then a little bit of a pump at the bottom, and then it had like a net looking thing, mostly sensory net, but it put out a soft energy field. I've got enlarged heart. Anyway, that's why I'm putting this out now. I'll be out of here real soon. So I need to get this out there. But everything at the spiritual foundation, I've cranked up these stones. I put my energy into it. You can feel the difference. I used to give classes doing that. When I would crank people up doing ICUC, I'd go into people's heads all over the world. And they were cheaper at first, and they got more expensive as I got stronger. I've actually cranked up over 1,000 people at one time. It's a base crank up. Just put my energy in them, power them up, and they get cranked up. But I like to do it individually. Well, I did. I don't do it anymore. I'm out of here. There's almost nothing of me left in this body anymore. Good, I want out of here. I got work to do on the other side. Things are going to change. You're going to find it out for yourself. In the very beginning, when I started doing this, a lot of people didn't know what to think of me. And there's 2 times in particular that's in my head. This one time, though, this young lady and some other folks that were with her, She said, man, what do you do? I just sat down, started talking with them about things going on in their lives. There wasn't an appointment. This wasn't prearranged. I just saw them at a metaphysical store, started talking to them. And I told them everything going on in their lives. What do they call it? A cold reading? That's silly. You know. So anyway, I told them what's going on. She said, well, that's great. That's crazy how you can do this. She goes, what church are you attached to? What religion are you? And I looked at her confused. I said, I don't do religions. I said, I make you stronger so that you can see for yourself what's out there and make up your own decisions. Make up your own mind about things. But I'll tell you what's out there too, and you want to believe it, fine. If you don't, cool, love you anyway. And they didn't know what to... You know, there's no... I'll use the word I a lot because I'm trying to explain something, but there's nothing... it's not about me. It's about why I'm here. And I've been here to take care of what's wrong on the other side. I have, for the most part. I got to get out of here and get over there before that's ever going to get finished. I came over here to write these books. Nowhere is there the truth and how creation started. What was this thing called God that everyone's talking about and everything, and the perfect, all-loving, all-forgiving God that made hell to abuse you forever? And when something wants praise, that's kind of sad. If something is so cool for you to offer it praise, number one, it wouldn't want it, because it would not want you to think that it's better than you. Number two, it wouldn't allow it, because that's not healthy for you. Things are simple. They really are. Just like an old man in overalls. So, a lot of people in the beginning didn't believe that I could go into people's brains, put my energy in there, and wake them up, make them get stronger. The brains were growing. Brains and skulls were growing. Their abilities just coming alive. And so I talked about, doing it on the web and started doing it as a service and doing it for people. I ran into people everywhere. I've cranked up a lot more than 1,000 people for free. But I had to have money to keep going. And those people that said they didn't believe it, well, eventually they quit saying it. The biggest, the person who was the biggest, attempting to be the biggest problem I had, I guess. None of them are a problem. You can't stop me. He finally said, well, okay, so we can do it. I still don't like them. So whatever. It doesn't matter. Politicians worry about vote for me, vote for me. No. I'm here to serve. Don't ever tell me what to do, but I'm here to serve. Tell me what to do. Well, I'm going to walk away because I don't like that. I don't tell you what you have to do. That's not how we get along. And that's the whole idea, is for the abuse that's been done to you all your lives to be stopped, and it is. It's gone now. The other side's got a bunch of smaller idiots running around. It's chaos. But that's right, it's going to be fixed real soon. So anyway, there's a lot of other people over here that have source energy, and I'm slowly, one at a time, they'll start coming out. Deanna, she's closed down the Spiritual Foundation right now because I am really sick, and I'll be going real soon. I'll get out of this body and go back to work the way I need to for everything. But she does the DNA ICUC. She's strong as hell, and she's not the only one. Eventually, she'll be out flying around space. She's got stuff to do in the drop ship. Anyway, this is why the Spiritual Foundation exists. The stones we have on there are always the best I can find. The vast majority of them are grade AAA and gem quality. Almost all of them. Almost every single one. Some stones are more for relaxing and other things, and like even some river rocks you find, they can be very relaxing. Look at the blacker ones and the darker brown ones. Also, we build spheres, or I was building them all, but Deanna's taken that over. My energy goes in, is in every stone here. But Deanna, she's a powerhouse. So I sit here with her, we make the spheres. I kind of giggle because I don't have to do it anymore, but we need to make some tonight. I don't know if we will. So I've promised a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to keep up the promises. The thing is, when you're not the one, when you're not in control of your life, and there's other stuff controlling everything around you, you do everything you can, but you know, you can't attack yourself too hard for things you wanted to do that you weren't able to do. Deanna understands stone energy just like I do. In the very beginning, I was made to protect. If I'm going to protect something, as soon as I come up to anything, I have to immediately understand what it is, all the frequencies that are inside it. 40%, you know, that's how I know, is this a problem? Is it good? What's the percent of its lower frequencies or negativity? I have to know what type of spirit is it? I have to know the stuff immediately. Well, Deanna's from Lily, and the other 40% is me, my energy, not my spirit, not the actual spirit. She's like almost 0% male energy in her. Everyone's got a little one, little the other, but they're mostly one. Everyone splits apart differently, and that's in book 1. Everything, if you get those 3 books and you read them slow, go slow, you will have answers for the most important questions you've ever come up with in any and all of your lives. Period. Stop moving around. Little dog. Not physical. Anyway, all of you have abilities that you're not aware of. And you use them in a small way every day. You, as spirit, you go through time and across distance to do things. A little better than 2/3 of the time that you ought to remember something, you're literally going back in time to look at it. I hold up a big stone. Here, watch this. Those of you that can feel stone, just relax. Go to the stone, this nice chunk of star essonite, and feel it. Just reach out, just relax. Reach out and feel it. If you want, go ahead and pause it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep going. You can feel this. You'll feel it go into your head. It's all soft and subtle. Okay, well, once you feel it, number one, you're not here in the room with me. So you went across distance. And number two, when you watched this video, I wasn't even here. So you went through time and across distance with your mind. The stone isn't that strong, you are. Planetary essence is incredibly powerful. However, it only goes so far, you know. So you're the one that comes out of the, stretches almost all the way out of your body to go look at it. This is what the spiritual foundation is about, and also how to get yourself cranked up. Like I said, I've stopped, and Deanna stopped too right now, so we can take care of things. This is a serious time. This is my last life. I'm never going to body again. I got to stay on the other side and work. And I've been waiting for this. I've been building up for it. But there's so much. How do you talk to stone energy? How do you talk to stones? What's going on there? How do the different metaphysical energies go through your body? And how do they work? Does electrical sparks make a spark and then all of a sudden magic happens? I explain it in detail. Every single, all the basic energy fields. When I've gone into you over the years, cranking you up, I'm in there. I'm in your head. I watch you do it. They were over $1,000 before I stopped, and no one ever asked for the money back. That's because it's real. Well, so are you. So are your abilities. One of the hardest things for you to do is to learn how to trust yourself. Sometimes you're talking to a spirit guide. How do you know? How do you know if you're talking to them or not? They don't have to be these cards, but these cards are wonderful for that, because you have an image, and then you're talking. Just say, all right, the best way to use any card, something like that, is just relax. Whether or not you can see them, talk to your spirit guides and said, okay, I want my primary guide to tell me what I need to know for the moment. And then just you relax, you take the card, pull one out, and boom. Okay, this is AWAS. This means movement. And right now there's strong movement. It's about getting me out of here. So anyway, when you feel that you have a message and you don't know where it came from, relax. Take a nice full breath. You know, I have to breathe hard. Okay, I've got 2 bad lung diseases, but take a breath, relax, take another one. And I started closing my eyes, with my eyes closed, most people do, and just relax and say, okay. And just imagine you have a spirit guide here. Just say, okay, what do you have to tell me? What's going on? I'll explain the meaning of the movement. There's movement in my life right now. That type of movement is spiritual movement. When it's, my head's killing me. This is why I stopped doing the videos on the Jay Essex channel. It was time to leave anyway, but I had to get this video done. Anyway, if you get the rune cards and you get the book, it's all there. And those are the basic symbols. What you're going to find out after you've used them enough and you're comfortable with, you're going to find out for a fact you're being talked to. You say, tell me what's important today, pull out the card, then you see the card, and then you don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud, just relax and think to your spirit guide and say, okay, what do you mean by this? And then they'll show you. You get an image. Next thing you know, you see them and you're talking to them. That's why I made those. I made the book so you know who you are, where you came from. What else is out there? What family do you belong to? One big family. And now there's 4 more first new beings coming out. Things are going to go crazy. They won't come out till it's time now. Right now it's the first dimension sealed. That's where these first beings just come together. They're created out of happenstance. Takes a minimum of 5 different energy fields, including electromagnetic energy. And electromagnetic energy, what is that? Well, you go to the hospital and it reads it, or the EEGs, quantitative electroencephalograms. There's an electromagnetic pulse. That was an original first being that we all came from. That was the 5th field and the largest field to get involved in the energetic, chemical, whatever reaction, situation, coagulation of energies for the most part. That created the first being out of happenstance. But everyone's still trying to call God, and it's dead. It was important for you all to be free. It's important for you to know who you are, and you are. It's important for you to know who you are, what you can do, how to use your abilities, how things are changing. I explain how things happen now. 2018, the end of 2018, November and December, our friends down here are going to be popping in saying hi. I don't. They do it, but I'm talking about formal. It's like, here we are. Okay, it hits mass media and everything else. So, and those of you that have start learning how to relax and open up and extend yourself. A lot of you are going on these ships late at night when you're sleeping, and you don't even know. Nothing bad said about you. You're just not aware yet. The more you use your abilities, life, the way you look at life changes. You see so much, you're aware of so much, your actual intelligence grows right through the roof. You might not feel as book smart, but I'll tell you what, you're so intelligent, it's crazy. Somebody might be better at calculus than you once you're awake. Somebody that you were equal with before, as far as your ability to work different mathematical functions, different logarithms. But you're going to find out that you can do things that that person can't come close to fathoming. And you're not better than him, you can just do something better. There's a big difference there. All the different stones we have, or Deanna has, I say we've done this together, but it's her business. Got them from all over the world to explain the, I think there's like 27 pages in book 3 that talk about the different energy fields within the body, the major ones, and all the stones that are relative to it. So if you want to build one up or the other, but in it I explain what the stones do. After this video, I'm going to just about drop. When I am outside, cranks myself up to do this. It's the field. It's part of me. Anyway, that's how the spiritualfoundation.com came into being, was because I knew this needed to happen back in 2009, 2010. When I was waking up pretty hard back then. I've always been able to see and do stuff, but and it's to help you find yourself. These stones, when I would crank people up, I crank up the stones. Deanna does the same thing. There are signs I've proved with the quantitative electroencephalogram that I go into people's heads and I magnify the energy going in there. That doesn't actually prove this quote unquote scientifically prove that I've made the brain bigger and everything. That'll all happen, and the proof is going to be with Deanna and some others doing it. But right now, some scientists already have information that'll be let out later. So they have a little more touch-up they're going to do on it, and there'll be scientific proof that I've actually changed, evolved the DNA of people with the DNA ICUC. So it's all there, but it's this is not something about somebody who can do something. This is about the fact that everybody can do something, and next to no one is aware of who they really are and the fact that they have abilities. Just 10 years ago, it was barely over 3% of the population that was awake and aware that there was something else, that there was other things going on. Now it's at 1% higher. So, but that's what the spiritualfoundation.com is about. So, the energy in there, this isn't like that John Agon, I'm so tired, John Agata. I think I'll have a little more of this. Sometimes my head would get so worked on so hard that about 2 of these little 3-ounce glasses of wine would actually smooth things out so I could talk better, but my brain, everything's just shutting down. 5 heart attacks, 3 real good ones since November last year. We're ready to go. But anyway, you're going to find different materials, merchandise, information and stuff here. That'll show you and explain what it is, how you use it, these spheres. Okay. I hate to do this. Anyway, I'll mess it up. This sphere over here, Deanna builds them all the time now. I've built hundreds of them. That's pure copper and there's star essonite and other stones inside. Depends on the different type of sphere. When you go to the website, it's got a listing of all the spheres and what they do. Now, I haven't done it yet, but I'm taking all those individual. There's a video up there now about all the different spheres, one after the other, but I'm going to put them up there separately so that you can access them separately. I don't know yet. I don't know if you can do it through the website yet or not. The spiritualfoundation.com, Deanna maybe has less than 20% of what we have is on there. It's just been too crazy. She and I have been doing this ourselves. Also, there's the Dragon Egg Star Essonite Crystal. That stuff is crazy. There was a 66-pound crystal. Where is that thing? Oh, here it is. My buddy Steve Lewandowski gave me that little starship, which, believe it or not, is like the Serpoian, like the round ones. This crystal here, that's crystal Dragon Egg Star Essonite. It's almost pure star material. It's got Essonite in it too, though. That stuff, this is the strongest stone you'll ever find anywhere, period. Okay? So, animal spirit guides, I mean, just about anything you could possibly want is on the website and the videos. That's for you. And the stones at the spiritualfoundation.com, they're a lot more expensive than buying a regular stone. That's because they're cranked up, but that'll never come out. The only thing that can take that energy out is me, and I'll never do it. I put it in there for a reason. So, also these max power spheres, the really strong. Oh, that's got to look at it. That one's a max power sphere. I can feel it. You can take that and set it on within 8 foot of where you sleep. 8 feet. And then while you're sleeping at night, or when you go to sleep, it might be a little uncomfortable. You feel a little pressure in your head, or it starts working on your head. And while you're sleeping, it's going to make you stronger. Your ability is stronger. So anyway, that's what the website's about. The stones and stuff on it are not like buying a stone in a rock store. The prices are as inexpensive as they can be, but excuse me, but they've all been cranked up. You can feel the energy difference. So a lot of stuff we sell is rough. The pictures, a lot of the pictures you see in the website, some of them are really nice, some of them the stone looks dull. Deanna refuses to just wet them down and take pictures of them because she wants you to see them exactly as what gets put in your hand. Okay? Because otherwise she feels like it's a lie or something. Well, when you take it, when you get the stone, put it in water when you get home and look at it, and you can see how beautiful it is. But we sell a lot of stuff rough. You know, just raw. Tumbled, it's beautiful. I love it. But you know what? I love it raw too. When you hold it raw, and when you hold a stone, you hold it with your fingertips. Fingertips are like energy straws. Hold it like this, and then it goes in here, down into your core energy, and then here, down in the core energy. We're in a whole new age here. The ET's coming in, all of you waking up. The original first angels that have been controlling you, abusing you are dead. What was messing with you, the original first being male and female, they're dead. All the information, who you are, where you came from, it's all waiting on you. It's all there. The first book, like I said, tells you who you are, where you came from, and everything else around you. We have a big family. We don't have to sit down at the dinner table together and hold hands. But you need to know who you are and who else is in the family. You'll find yourself making much better decisions for yourself and for those you love. And that's enough reason right there to wake up. But it just changed. When you start becoming who you really are, the thought of going back it's not even there. And that's like, do I want to grab a hammer and hit myself in the head? No. I mean, it's not a question. So I'm everywhere all the time, so it's always been hard for me to focus on one thing and follow through. The field is part of me. I do the best I can, and there's almost nothing left in this body anymore. And it's just rotting away, shutting down. So I want to introduce the Spiritual Foundation YouTube channel while I still could. Everything's going to change. Everything's going to change. And as time goes on, you're going to find out. You're going to find for yourself the validity of my words. I was the first one there at the intersection watching the cars go by. That's all. Anyway, folks, look. You don't have to buy stuff from the Spiritual Foundation at thespiritualfoundation.com, but what you get is the best you're going to find. You might want to get some star essonite there that you can't hardly find anywhere. And then just buy some other stones from the local stone store or something, and I teach you how to put them together. I tell you some of the, with the spheres, I tell you some of the basic stones, the main stones involved in creating the sphere for what creating the sphere to produce a certain outcome. Well, I'm giving away stones that work to do a basic function. Good. That's the whole idea. Spheres are not cheap, but you know what? There's still free information anyway. So, anyway, that's why the Spiritual Foundation exists. That's what's going to happen. Y'all afraid ET's coming in and you're going to start waking up. So I've been trying to do everything I can to help everyone in doing so. A lot of people are going to freak out when they see people in different kind of bodies. The Anunnaki and other reptilian folk, the Drakh, dragon, the Neantids, like huge ants, mantids, all kinds of folk. But when you are awake in your abilities, especially those people that have been cranked up, they have a lot of these folk running in and out of the house. They're interdimensional. That's explained in the videos. Anyway, folks, look. Everything you need to wake up and become yourself and become stronger is at thespiritualfoundation.com. You don't have to go there, but if you go there, get involved with that, I guarantee you it's going to help you out a lot. So that's the only place you're going to find all these spheres with all that power in them. There's no battery, no electrical plug. It's there, 8 foot away. Sometimes people literally take it anywhere from 10 to 20 foot away so they can't feel it. It's strong. It won't turn on a light bulb, but it does something better. It turns on your head. Folks, love you, man. Take care.